All right, Winthrop Grade School artists. I hope that you've had a little bit of time to do some artwork. But I recently read this book on our mystery reader website, and now I'm kind of telling you that it was me in case you didn't guess. Miss Rumphius was a book that was about this lady, the Lupin lady, who planted all these lupins to make the world more beautiful. I thought it would be really nice if you have some paints, a piece of paper, and maybe one paintbrush. But you don't even need a paintbrush. You can just use your fingers if you want. We could work on creating some of these beautiful lupins. It's actually quite simple. There's a couple different ways that you could do it. So I'm going to show you the ways. So we're just kind of peeking at those lupins, seeing how simple they are. If you look, there's all these long, skinny leaves, these long, tall stems that are green, and then kind of like just dots of a variety of colors. I see violet or purple. I see blue, light blue. I see a lighter purple. I almost see like an indigo. And they call this rose colored. I think it's a light pink. So we can make lots of different colors to create these lupins. And I'm going to show you how. So I have my paints. Mine are acrylic. You do not need acrylic paints. You can use any paint in your house, as long as your parents say it's okay. Or, so watercolor. If you're going to use watercolor, you're going to have to do it a little bit different. You're going to have to get your finger wet. So you'll need a little cup of water or a dish. You have to dip your finger in. And your picture's going to come out a little bit lighter. Or you can use the paintbrush with this. So we'll kind of test the different ways on how to create our picture. I have this palette here. You can tell it's been used a lot at my house. But you don't have to have a palette. You can use a dish, a paper plate. One of the easiest things is to just put your paint right on a piece of newspaper or scrap paper or even junk mail. Junk mail works really well as a paint palette. So I'm going to fill this palette. I'll put it right here and I'm going to fill it. I'm going to shake my paints up. Woo! It exploded on me a little bit. Just a little bit of green. I'll leave that open over there so I can clean it up later. I'm going to put some blue here. Some, woo, I don't know why they have air in them. Purple there. And I'm going to put some white here because I want to be able to tint my paint. Some of you, you know, Mrs. Bailey, I'll just wipe it off on my hands. Some of you know what tinting is. Tinting means that you add white to lighten a color. And if we haven't talked about that in your class, it's still something you can practice today. So this is my paper. I am going to start with my paintbrush, and I am just going to use some green, okay? And I'm going to make a very tall line, more than one, okay? Whoops! Now, I'm going to get a little more paint, and I'm going to put that paint just on the tip. I'm going to go back down where it kind of missed some of that, okay? And it doesn't have to be too dark. Now this is where you can add some of those leaves, those stems first, okay? With your paintbrush, just little lines coming out. And then off from those lines, do you remember what those looked like? Let's take a peek. Do you see them? Lots of little leaves coming off. This doesn't have to be fancy, boys and girls. Let's just put some paint on that brush and start making those lines. Right? So I like to go out so the leaves get a little skinnier as you go away with the paint. we're just kind of having fun with it. It's not really any perfect way that has to be used. Just out and around. Add a few more if you want. Decide to add fewer than you want. Okay, so we're going to add more later on if we want to. Okay, now I'm going to set my brush aside. This is where I'm going to use my finger. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take purple, and I'm just putting a little bit on my finger, and I'm going to start just putting dots. And I'm going to go back over this because I've got a lot of paint down there, and I can make this a little bit wider. Now I've done one side, so I'm going to get a little more on my finger to do the other side. And notice when I get to the top, I'm making it go more to a point because lupins get a little bit skinnier at the top. If you want it taller, go ahead and add some more down here. It's okay if it goes over a leaf. That's what they really do, right? The leaves go behind and in front. So we have a cute little lupin there. Now I can go ahead and I can pick a different color. But I also want you to remember that we added some white here. So you can make different tints and shades. Even mixing blue with purple will help you create that indigo if you want to do that. Not sure how well my blue is going to work. It looks a little more gray. So it will be kind of interesting to see how that comes out. I do have some red in a bottle. I use it right from the bottle, so I can do pink. Now what color would I need to add to the red to make pink? White, you're right. So really, it's just, pink is just a tinted white. All right, so my finger is a little dirty. I am just going to wipe it over here because I forgot to bring a rag over here. Make sure you have something to wipe your hands with when you do this. I guess I'm going to do some dark blue on this first. And I'm going to go way up above. There's no reason that I have to stay down low where that stem is, where it ends. I can keep going. There we go. Needed a little more paint, and that's okay. We kind of learn as we go. Now that's really, really dark. So I think I would like to add some white. I'm going to wipe that finger off. I'm actually just going to stick my finger in that white and go right over this. And keep going over it. Mix that in a little bit and it lightens it right up. And there is a really pretty lupin. I could do the same thing with the purple if I just wanted to add some white to that, but I think I will wait. Now, those are a couple of lupins. Pretty easy to do if you only have your finger. It's okay. Today, you can go ahead and just make a stem like this. Make it work. Doesn't matter, okay? It's going to look just as good. Maybe you want to use thumbprints. Make bigger flowers since your stems had to be wider. So maybe this paint is really, really thick. Mrs. Bailey is not following her own rules. I'm forgetting to get water. We're going to mix some of that red in there and create that rose color as they called it in the book. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of that on my finger and dip it in here, and then I'm going to add my prints. So if all you have is your finger, boys and girls, you can still make this look like a really pretty flower. Go right over that green and you have a really pretty flower there, okay? If you don't have the colors you want, mix colors to create those colors you want, okay? Now, I have shown you a couple different ways. I want to leave that last one to show you how I might mix my blue and purple, and we're going to see. Sometimes it doesn't turn out the way we think it's going to, but I'm going to come over here and start mixing. See if that makes that indigo like we see in the rainbow. Oh, it does. Okay, that blue was not too gray, so I have this really pretty indigo. Now if I want, I can go like this and make circles. If I don't want to get my fingers dirty, if I don't like the feeling of paint, I don't like being messy, go ahead and just create those circles with your paintbrush. Okay, and look how quick I'm doing this. Like I said, this does not have to be perfect. You don't have to be too picky. Maybe I'm going to put some sticking out in the background, filling in the middle. Okay, and if I like that, I can keep it just like that, but maybe I want to add some white highlights, right? So clean that brush off. Usually you wash it really good. I'm wiping it today. And just kind of add some white in there. Just make some lines, just like that. Little highlights. Then you have these pretty, I just thought I'd add some shading down here. Why not, right? You can play around with your picture. So there, I showed you a bunch of different ways that you can create your own really pretty lupins. I hope that you guys can find some supplies and create them. If you don't have paints in your house, please go ahead and color some, right? You can draw with a crayon. You can make those circles or ovals with whatever color you want. Also remember, stamp or ink pads will work really good for your fingerprints, or these watercolor paints will also work really good. You can use a paintbrush, do this, or you can get your finger wet and kind of rub it and make your prints. So please share your artwork with me. Don't forget, when you're done, if you want to give this as a gift, it's a really, really nice gift. But when you're done, go ahead and find something to write with. I'm going to take my big pencil and sign your name anywhere you want. Okay? It's always important that an artist signs their name so people know who created the artwork. All right. Have fun with this.